Frittatas aren't just for breakfast. In fact, they make a wonderful dinner, and this one is one of my go-to weeknight dinners. You have it on the table in about 10 minutes. All you need is zucchini, corn, jalapeno, and eggs. So let's get cooking. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of olive oil to a pan that I've had heating on medium. And I like to use a cast iron for this because it really distributes the heat nice and evenly. So we'll start with 1 red onion, thinly sliced, and then 1 jalapeno. I'm gonna make this one extra spicy, so I'm leaving all the seeds and membrane in it. If you wanna make yours a little bit more mild, just remove those. Pinch of salt, get it going. And we're gonna let this cook until it just softens, is insanely aromatic, and then we're gonna add the rest of our vegetables. So while this is cooking, I'm gonna work on my zucchini. Just thinly slice 1 zucchini, and I like to use a Japanese mandolin. It's called a benrider. Very inexpensive, one of the most used tools in the kitchen, I think. Great for slicing. Ooh, I can already smell the jalapeno. It will definitely be spicy. We're gonna have a nice, spicy dish ahead. My onions are getting really beautifully caramelized. The jalapeno is roaring. Let's add our zucchini and corn. I'm adding 1 cup of corn kernels. This is roughly about 1 ear of corn. You can also use frozen, slightly thawed. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, give it a stir. So this is gonna cook for about 7 minutes until all the vegetables are nice and tender. You'll notice the zucchini slightly caramelized, the corn will be bright golden. And while this is cooking, I'm gonna whisk the eggs. So I have 8 large eggs. The way I like to measure seasoning for eggs is to just use a pinch per egg. So I'm gonna go 8 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be roughly half a teaspoon. And you want to make sure when you're whisking eggs that you really incorporate the yolk into the white. And that just helps for a nicer texture, fluffier, everything's nicely combined. So this looks good. Okay, let's check out our vegetables. Everything is smelling really wonderful, very spicy. We'll let them cook for just a little bit longer. The jalapeno here is not only adding a lot of spice and flavor, it's also rich in nutrients, immune boosting properties, rich in vitamin K. Definitely throw a pepper in whatever you're cooking. So we're gonna just let this cook for a couple more minutes. Now the great thing about this recipe is you can kind of add whatever you happen to have on hand. If you don't have zucchini, you can add yellow squash. You can also throw some dark leafy greens at the end. Frittatas are one of my go-to dishes because I love the eggy custard flavor and I don't have to worry about making a crust. No offense, quiche, but frittata has you beat. It looks like my vegetable mixture is nice and tender, slightly caramelized. This is such a beautiful, colorful pan. I'm going to slowly add my egg mixture, and we're gonna cook this on the stovetop for about 2 or 3 minutes, just until the eggs are set slightly around the side. Because our pan has been going at a very steady medium heat, it's gonna cook this in no time. It's been about 2.5 minutes and my sides are setting up really nicely. So now we're gonna finish it in the broiler. We're gonna cook this for about 2 to 3 minutes, just until the top is puffed and the center is set. So it's been about 2 to 3 minutes. To check for doneness, check to see if it's moving in the center at all, which it isn't, and it is firm to the touch. So I think we are ready to go here. My frittata's been sitting for about 5 minutes. Time to dig in. Oh, this looks wonderful. It's always easier to cut out the first piece if you go ahead and make the second cut. Little known fact. Oh, this looks wonderful. Make sure we get all the little bits down there. Okay, this paired with a really simple salad would be the best dinner. Boy, that's gotta kick, but in a really nice way.